Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. With me Matt, way before we fall for you all, here on Schmidt Spring. So it's technically a snow map, but it's not, because I think they're still wearing spring uniforms. Yep, they are. Anyway, let's go through the players. It's on the Eastern Front. I do love Eastern Front matches. We have Muru, as the Soviet Union obviously. BTS Lenaris as the Shock Division, ooh. Sakharov without a commander. And finally Barakishiel as Tank Destroyer. Represent the Axis. We have Duke Marmalade as the Wehrmacht without a commander choice. We have Silver Wolf as Panzer Tactics for die Waffen-SS. Demon Pokémon as Ostdivision for die Wehrmacht. And Alucard as Mechanisierte Tactics for die Waffen-SS. Now, you'll notice something straight out the gates. I have a new resolution, and that is because I got a new screen, obviously, and like I've tried to set it up before with a new resolution, but I'm just gonna fight through it with the new resolutions now, because it's better for me to record this way for my own screen and my own sake, because the other window was very small and annoying and I couldn't see everything on it when I was recording. This just is a lot better on my end, but I know it might be a little bit jarring for the rest of you, but hopefully you'll get used to it. It's widescreen, so that's just how it is. And hopefully with time you'll get used to it, because this is the kind of resolution it's gonna be when I do Company Heroes free. There's no way around that, that's just how it's gonna be. So you might as well get used to it now and all. Well, and everything connected with it. Anyway, let's see how things turn out. The folks going to down here, as the Soviets are pushing up around the front line. As a 4v4 on an Eastern Front battle, this can become pretty freaking intense. With a lot of deaths and a lot of action. Because on the Eastern Front, the battles get really overwhelming sometimes. And on a 4v4, I will be missing a lot of action, just so you are aware. I've also changed the, what's it called? The sensitivity of my microphone a little bit. The noise gate and everything. So hopefully you'll be hearing my keyboard a lot less. At least I hope so. I've tried to put a lot of effort into it today. Because I've had a lot of free days actually, because I have an internship at a place where I packet the car parts. And we've had a lot of, well, what's it called, shortages at the moment, because of probably stuff happening around the world, so I have a lot more days off recently, which is not annoying, because I actually like going to work. But it means I have a lot more time to tinker, and I should probably get to do some more recording. I'm actually intending on Let's Playing Spyro again at some point, but that's probably not what you're here to hear me talk to, because I'm rambling a bit. I've just had a very good day. I've talked to friends, I've had a lot of free time. Suddenly I just have a lot of energy. And I felt like doing this slog of a match. I was informed this one was a slog, so sit in tight. This might be quite brutal and long-lasting. Ooh, and I was hoping got hit by a Molotov right there. Oh boy. Only one guy survived. Holy shit, and he's dead inside the house. Meanwhile, the Sturmkran is pushing up here for the Mechanisierte Tactics. Lots of rifles just being fired. You can just see bodies all across the front line. So much action going on here. So it's pushing on the southern flank. It also just feels a lot better to my eyes, actually, having it in full resolution. Holy shit, it's a whole different experience. I should start playing again with this resolution, obviously, because I couldn't really play on a smaller resolution with my new screen, you know? It was probably also one of the things that was ticking me off a little bit. It just looked wrong to my eyes. And I don't really like switching between resolutions all the time. It's kind of annoying with a game this old, because I cannot actually play this game in windowed, believe it or not. Well, I can, but it's very bad. So that's just how things are, I suppose. I feel a lot more energetic after I've talked to friends today, don't I? I am in a very good mood, and I hope you can feel it, everyone. I just feel like a lot of things are happening nowadays, and it's good. At least for me. People may have downtimes in their life, but sometimes you'll have good times as well. And you need to remember to enjoy those when you get them. I'm just having a good time now, and I hope I can share that good mood with you all as I am recording these matches. Ooh, decent rifle grenade, but that guy's not making it out of that. Yep, moved down by the house. Several Waffen-SS troops and Straf troops moving down here. I've completely lost track of what commanders we are. Let's have a look again. We have Muru as Tank Division. We have Lenaris as Shock Division. Sakharov without a commander. And Barakishiel as Tank Destroyer. For the Germans, we have Mechanisierte for Alucard, Ost for the Demon Pokemon, Silverwolf's Panzer, and Duke Marmalade as Staff. I think that's all of them. Well, Sakharov hasn't picked anything yet, but you'll get what I mean. Sakharov is going for a lot of support weapons, which is not bad in the team game. They can help. It looks like we have a 2-1 coming out here for the Germans. Build machine guns to cover the northern flank, not a bad idea. Ooh, MT-34. It's good to see the MT-34 get a resurgence rather than people try and go for the MT-42. Machine guns are just so vital for the Waffen-SS, but sometimes you feel you just want to go for the MT-42 sometimes. Especially as Wehrmacht, you just go for the MT-42 instead, but MT-34 is not bad. It's not a bad machine gun at all. Sure, it fires 300 rounds less per minute, but that's not really a big difference. In the grand scale of things, it's still a good machine gun. There's some building-to-building fighting down here. Staff troops are moving up. I believe staff troops cannot capture territory anymore because they can scorch earth instead. Unless I'm mistaken. Have a look. There's a friendly point. Yeah, they can scorch earth, which means they cannot capture territory. All infantry with the scorch earth ability cannot capture territory. Thompson arms, sappers in here. Unique weapon to tank division for the Soviets. Very good close quarters weapon. So good in this kind of urban environment. So there's some grenadiers fighting up here. Great assault attempted. Didn't do too much. Actually did a lot of damage to the models, but got no kills. That's not its conscript. Grenade going this way. Oh, good rifle grenade from the grenadiers. Very nice. One on the field there. MG34 going up here. Ooh, MG34 for the Wehrmacht. Good to see. Church and Info 4 HQ. Provide some assistance here. They also provide medics now, I believe, rather than in repair crews. Or do they provide both? Or those medics from somewhere else? Ah, they're from here. Never mind, my bad. I'm just being stupid.
Mortar crew ready for action.
It's good being able to see everything again, though. It's very nice on my end. We do have a lot of empty space here, though, and I cannot really put anything here unless I improve my OBS skills. If you have any suggestions of something we can put down here, I would like to hear it. I can see what I can do, but I can't really promise much. I can try stuff. Looks like we have a half-track here. Flamethrower half-track, so the Cluedo classic clown car, as people called it. Trying to drive faster here. Getting up the road. Oh, but the flamethrower is not actually the one there. Ooh, that's a problem. So they need to get out there. It doesn't actually make a lot of sense to be able to fire flamethrower out of the half-track, by the way, but I guess that's just game mechanics for you, and it seems to be doing a good work there. Yeah, it's not looking that good for Demon. People moving up, we have tank hunters here, some conscripts. Ooh, rifle grenade on the half-track. But the Sabbath's getting close with the flamethrower. Oh, that's a good burst. Yeah, flamethrowers are lethal in Spearhead. I imagine the Spearhead for Company of Heroes 3 is going to be just as lethal, if not more. I've been playing the beta a lot, so you can... well, it's not really a beta, but it was like a tech test, but... It felt good. I'm excited for Company of Heroes 3, in all honesty. It's going to be really good, I feel. Especially with mods. Like, Spearhead for Company of Heroes 3 is going to be amazing, I think. It's going to take a while to get it up and going, of course, but that's just how it is. T-70 on the field here for the Soviets. There's a Panzerbüchse though, but they targeted down the machine. Oh, grenade out the hatch! When the grenade almost does it. That Pioneer's gonna die, I feel. Always trying to bait him around. Oh, they don't have Panzerfaust yet. Oh, where's that the building? Oh, there's no Soviets though. Needs to be very cautious. Rifle grenade pounces off. They have to retreat now, and that's actually an opening for the T-70. T-70 doesn't have any line of sight though without any infantry to supplement it though. Indy 34 with 100 rounds here, unique to them if you're playing as a... They can see the... Ooh, bounce off the front again! And the frontal armor of the T-70 is actually pretty good for a light tank. Half-track down here again, but we also have a German half-track with MP40s inside. Flamethrower half-track coming down. That's very dangerous. We have no Panzerfaust on the Germans, and they've been pinned. We also have T-70 down here, and assist as well. So many managed to get out in time. Soviet half-track down. Those Sammers not going to die there. Yeah, they're not going to survive thanks to the MP40s. Too much going our way. I feel a lot better just having talked a bit today. I feel like I got my throat warmed up, and I think that's healthy. I should start just doing some more random talking to just get myself warmed up for these matches, you know? Left open on the retreat here, somewhat. Was the 2-1 got destroyed? Must have missed that. Then again, it is a 4v4. I cannot be everywhere at once. Oh, they booby-trapped the building with a demo charge. They've set up here behind the defenses. Also, a big change I don't think I've seen people utilize yet is that barbed wire provides negative cover. So if you set barbed wire up in a killing zone, you can make life hell for anyone trying to advance. And you can you can make funnels that will kill troops pretty freaking fast. Oh, no gun on that T-70, so it's not much of a threat. I do think I can still throw a grenade out though. Probably just still not ready yet. Ooh, that's a Molotov. Pretty good Molotov at that. Ooh, that's a whole Storm Grenadier gone. We do have a Pack 40 manned by some penal troopers here. We also have an MT-42 here. Much bigger machine gun, or well, not bigger, but faster machine gun. F1 here for the Ostdivision, not doing too hard. There's a lot of Soviets at the center hold up. Does Sakharov have a commander choice yet? Nope, they're still waiting to pick. That could be very crucial. They could pick at anything they need at any point. But Soviets are generally very adaptable. They can do a lot of stuff, so most of their commanders can do a lot of things at once. Ooh, and F1 down there. Good job for that AT gun.
Enemy has destroyed a Panzer.
And Germans moving out here, lots of staff troops, some Volksgrenadiers leading the way. Oh, we have a minesweeper on the staff truppen. Generally you can use them to clear mines and even lay mines. They're actually pretty decent doing stuff like that, menial labor. So they're being called in by a Soviet lieutenant. That looks like it. Then there'll be fire for effect, where there's some ranging shots in first, before the main barrage arrives. Need to pull that pack back quick. That's gonna allow the Soviets to move up. Very good play there. MT-42 and the Storm Grenadiers. Those have a scope gewehr 43 being handed out to them. To be cautious, there's a lot of shots coming their way. We also have some guards here. Much more elite Soviet infantry. Lots of fighting going on. Staff troops and Volksgrenadiers pushing down here. Storm Pioneers are being shot up. But the Soviets have been forced back instead. Germans still have the superiority on the map, resource-wise by the looks of it. Double machine guns here on the Storm Grenadiers, unique to them if you're playing as Mechanized. You get the MD-34 100 rounds and the MD-42 if you want, so that's a lot of firepower on one squad. And how it happens together like this, that is a lot of rabbit bullets going the enemy's way. Need to be cautious though, that building could be a death trap. And they don't know it. Pretty watching up to cover there. Trying to shoot down the machine gun team, and he will probably succeed. Yep. Laying out most of the Soviets there. We have more German infantry coming up. There's a lot of open ground here to push up on. Soviets have dug in heavily. Looks like Sakharov has commander choice. I think this is motorized. No, it's not another shock. We have double shock. That is a lot of potential firepower. Especially because with the recent patch, Shock now gets the IS-2. The IS-2 has been changed quite drastically. Getting on the field here, which is the German military police. Panzer IV coming onto the field for the Staff Division. Soviets are pushing pretty far up here with their shock troopers. And Streltsy for support, and a lieutenant as well. See, that's a lot of machine gun fire still. Soviets are such a good faction in the Spearhead. Holy shit. Oh, good shot from Mthis too. Applying all the pressure here to the Germans. We do a Stuk and an Ostwind coming out. MT-42 trying to set up there. Oh, that's gonna be risky. But the officer squads don't have any grenades on them, so it might actually work out. MT-40 and Flamethrower getting close. Oh, that's a dead officer, I think. They're too close for the Flamethrower to fire though. There we go. Pillbox as well set up here. MT-42 ripping into the shock troopers, suppressing them, forcing them back. Even body armor doesn't stop that many bullets. Guards moving up here quickly. Throwing a grenade. Didn't do much. But then again, they did already evacuate the building. So much action here. Good to see. Oh, we also have a field gun here. Oh, well. 76mm regimental field gun, unique to shock. Pretty good small, light-based artillery that fires explosive shells. Pretty decent, but not good against tanks, obviously. But it's good at dealing with this kind of situation, I feel. Except the Germans do have a Panzer IV-H. Which could certainly be a problem. Lots of service pushing down here. Staff troops are not enough. The Bandladung? No. No, that's just normal grade. Indeed, the Germans decide to pull back for now. Pillbox has been entrenched with the Pioneer with a Panzerbüchse. So the Sturmgrenadiers with machine guns are still fighting up here at large. Laying down a lot of firepower on the Soviets. We also have a Siberian squad here. E-34-76 pushing up as well. Pack 40 waiting up there. Ostwind arriving. Gonna give the Germans some anti-air coverage. You know, the Germans keep pushing down here. Panzer IV is going to be a problem unless the Scissors get some good rolls on their frontal shots. In the end, it is after all just an RNG game. E-34-76 pushing up. Let's be cautious here. Panzer IV-H is very potent. It's probably the best version of the Panzer IV. Oh, that field gun is doing a lot of work here in the German infantry. Need to kill the crew, and they do. Very nice. Molotov, though, on the Kettenhunde. Forcing them out. Honestly, given the Kettenhunde and MD-42 is generally a good choice, I feel. Because they're very accurate.
We have a mortar team available for deployment.
But the Soviets are still very much around. Heavy mortar here arriving for the Staff Division. Where is it? Off map. Slowly rolling in. More Staff troops moving up. Let's see, they're gonna pick up a Panzerbüchse there if they can. But they get suppressed because they are considered low quality infantry, so they get suppressed pretty fast. Oh, good shot from the Sis there. That might have to be the death sentence of the Panzer IV. We do have a KB-1 coming out as well.
One of our panzers has been
See lots of shots being fired down here. Look, moving up. It's just lots of shots going this way. High explosive loaded. Misses. Hits this little rock instead. High explosive shells hits a lot more obstacles now, which I think is good. It doesn't just phase through obstacles. But there's a lot of machine gun fire coming this way in the Soviets. Just too much. I'm surprised they're still alive, but I think that shield is protecting them somehow. Very, very lucky squad. A little crew. They have been pinned, though. They can't really fire fast or very accurately. Staff troops fighting down here again in the streets. We also have some first SS Panzergrenadiers in the field, unique to SS Panzer. Being equipped fully with Sturmgewehr, as we can see. Building us on fire from an explosion. Staff troops killed. Getting again inside the pillbox, probably a good choice. Should be very safe in there. They're being shot up by a lot of machine gun fire from these guards. Yeah, out of suppression now though, thanks to the pillbox. Maybe more nice. Gonna fire down here, I think. Oh, grenade. Oh, that's a Molotov! But he managed to shoot him. Probably should not have evacuated that. Getting inside it again quick. Maybe cover here for the first SS Panzergrenadiers. Lots of firefights. Heavy mortars trying to fire the best it can down here. Getting some good shots. Like, heavy mortars should not be underestimated, especially at this close range. They're probably very accurate then. We also have a heavy mortar arriving for the Soviets. We do have two shock armies, so heavy mortars are gonna be par for the course. KV-1 pushing up here. Is it not a KV-1M? I don't think it's a KV-1M. Still, his frontal armor is still very competent, especially against the Pack 40. We have an Ostwind fighting up here, still Stuck moving up. Reinforcing the 6 for the Soviets. Don't see any other armor on the northern flank. Let's return here to the south. There's a lot of action going on down here. Main gun lost to the KV-1 from the pack. Gonna force it back. The German heavy mortar pulled back briefly. We also have a howitzer set up here.
The of our forward
They're straight in the graveyard next to the church they've made a forward HQ. Let's see. Good shots here so far. But the pillbox is very tough. It takes a lot to take out a pillbox. There's also the KV-8 coming out here for the Soviets. All the heavy armor. Good pushing up here in the front. Without the assist, there's very little to actually fight the Stoop. There's assist down here, actually. Ostfin has been detracked, though. And our infantry support, the Stoop better pull back. It requires infantry support to function at its most. Human Pokemon is trying to set up a flak here to cover the flank. And yes, are doing their best with the MG42. Had to reload it. Several flags are being set up here to cover the rear. The big building explode? Oh, there it was. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. We just completely missed all the action over here, evidently. Okay, flag gun set up here. Let's see if that'll do anything. It's hitting a lot of terrain, though. I think I need to get that grenadier back.
We have a forward structure under attack.
The southern flank, the KVs are pushing up. We also have some tank riders coming in here. Pillbox is down. Now the Germans are lacking a lot of the stuff that will hold them back. There's no cover here for the Panzer Grenadiers. Packs are doing their best.
Panzer Grenadiers standing by.
54 rushing up here. It's gonna try and ram the thing, I think. Trying to get around, but there's a Stuk. There's a lot of pressure going on here. Shock troopers are dismounting. They're gonna try and take out that pack, I think. Yep, throwing a grenade. They get inside the building. KV-8 pushing up as well. So much action going on down here. Well, this is going on. There's also a fight going on up here at the open fields. Eastern Front, everyone. Brutal, brutal stuff. Let's watch the action down here. This Stuk is about to get overmanned, I think. There's just too much in the way. More tank riders coming in. They're trying to ram, but they get detracked. They try over the 80 gun anyway, but it's still... Somehow you can actually grab it still. Double T-34 is down. But 80 gun on the Stuk takes it out. Meanwhile, the KV-8 is clearing out the area down here. Tank, Panzerjägers are quickly rushing down. Trying to get close here. Are they going to try and Panzerknacker it? Yes, they are. They're not doing it, though. There we go. It's on. That's basically a dead KV-8 now. They just need to run away. The Panzerknacker has also been buffed. It's a lot easier to get off on a tank now. So it's a lot more worth doing. But you still have to be close. So you have to be cautious. Oh boy, so much fighting going on here. Also, I think you can decapture 40 HQs now, so if you're wondering. Which I think is also a nice change. So you don't have to just destroy them. So many good changes done here to Spearhead 2 when we're getting close to the release of Spearhead 3. Well, not Spearhead 3, Company of Heroes 3. There. They're gonna call it Spearhead 3 though, I think, according to the Discord channel, so I'm excited to see what plans they have. That's a howitzer if I ever saw one. That is the Immergrün. I'll be able to SS Mechanisierte. Biggest howitzer the Germans can get on the field. P1 pushing up with the Panzerjägers inside the building. Buying a Panzer strike from the church tower. That's pretty dangerous. Building is on fire. Heavy mortars shielding the Soviets, but the Soviets have pushed the Germans out of this town. They keep pushing up bit by bit, but the Germans have secured the parts of the center. Panzer 4H pushing up here to support the Mechanisierte tactics, as they have double Immergrün at the ready. That's going to be a lot of heavy artillery to shield the Soviets out in the open. Let's see.
is ready for action.
Explosions everywhere. Fuel airdrop coming into the Soviet base. Available to all allied tank-specific commanders. They can just airdrop in fuel. Very handy to have. Although tank does no longer get the IS-2, so I guess that's why we see all the KV-1s. Need to get the next build so we can get the KV-1M though. Means they upgrade the KV-1 to have even more armor. This one here gives them 30% more armor, which is pretty decent, I think. Stuka's doing a good job though.
Mortar team has arrived.
Not looking good for these Stone Pioneers. Another building collapses due to the heavy mortar actions. This Stuka's doing a lot of work, but then the Mthis opens fire. Get backing off, but it gets taken out.
We have lost.
You have to be very cautious with your vehicles in the Spearhead. Don't just rush them ahead like that. It can be very bad. Half a turn being set up here now, so the Germans are really digging in. They can establish a really strong front line up here that's going to be very hard to break through. They can see the troops moving forward to try and give them time. I guess the Imagoons are getting ready to fire as well. Yeah, very big artillery strikes. Boom! Oh god. I love the Imagoon. Oh, we have a Soviet recon team out here that's been giving a lot of intel. Very good. So much. Good heavy mortar. Heavy mortar is always useful. KV-1s are pulling back for some repairs, or just deciding where to be. They need to be in a safe position before they engage, after all. We have several field guns surviving here for the shock army. Imagun is still shielding the northern flank of the Soviet Union. Doctor was trying to push up. Oh, they did kill the pioneers that was trying to build up the thing. Throwing a satchel charge on it. Which destroys it. A good job at the Soviets there. But Demon Pokemon did not like it and dropped. I did know one of them would drop, I was told that. That's not a big problem because it's been a good match, and this is also just serving as a good test for my new resolution to see what people think. And now this AI of the Waffen is going to be very aggressive and just push. AI likes to do stuff like that. And it'll also be very stupid with his tanks, as you can see. Still an AI is an AI, and the AI can be weird. But aggressive. I think I get these Storm Grenadiers now as an example. And a Command Panzer IV. We also have a Panther down here, I completely missed that. Well, that's a tank the KVs are gonna have trouble dealing with. Are we gonna see a full take up here? We are gonna see the Shock go for full take up, which makes sense. They want to get the IS-2, and we also see the Soviets now going for the T-4045s. Which means they can no longer get T-3476s, in case you're wondering. It's gonna get replaced with an 85 once this upgrade is done. It's gonna be down here. Okay. No? Yeah, it's gonna be there. And now they can no longer get the 36, 76. Blah. But you can see now they can get it from both buildings actually. No? Oh, you can make them cheaper. Oh god. Oh Jesus, you can make the T-3476 so 85 so cheap. Holy shit. 350, 75 fuel. What? You can make them 50 fuel a piece? Holy shit, that is insane. That is a really good thing for tank commander. I guess that is also to compensate for the fact they don't get the IS-2 anymore. Holy shit, that's a lot of T-34. Which I suppose would fit the Soviet Union. So I should not be complaining in that aspect, I guess. I do personally like the Soviets a lot. It's probably my favorite faction. Oh, satchel charge at the church. That might be the end of it. Oh, and yeah, that's a collapsing church.
Our panzer forces have been
And no one took damage around it, but that's the thing in Company Heroes 3. When a building collapses, it will damage stuff around it. Especially depending on the angle of the explosion. So like it can actually fall over. Very fascinating. The Soviets can slowly probe through the center though. Supposed to be moving down to try and cover it somewhat. So it's still trying to dig in the open field here, which is not really working out that well, I think. It's very difficult. Especially when you are dealing with immigrants. Well, they fixed the experience issues for howitzers, I think, by just giving them experience for every time they fire instead. So all the heavy guns that usually did not get any experience or kill counts for some reason, now get experience every time they shoot. Which I suppose is one way of fixing it. And I suppose it's an admirable fix. It's very hard to, you know, get stuff to work all the time, especially when the mod this big. Okay, one's pushing up on the Panther, but the Panther has so much frontal armor, I shouldn't really be that scared. You are starting to face K1Ms though, so the frontal armor of the K should be better, but it is a Panther. And Panthers are pretty potent. And the Panther is such a good tank. It's so much stuff done for you. The frontal armor of the Panther is just so good. It handles so many things for you. With the Soviets are pushing up here with their field guns, use this little trench network. And that's just such a good weapon.
We have casualties.
Man tank pushing up here from the AI. Which is actually going to be a problem, I think, because the field guns cannot damage tanks that well. No mind, it did a little bit of damage, but not a lot. Oh, recon team spotted there. Gebaldeladnung going out, I think. Oh, that was a great assault, my bad. Storm Pioneers don't get the Gebaldeladnung. I'm thinking of something else. Let's see. We do a Brumba, Stupa. Germans never actually called it the Brumba. You're gonna see IS-2s arriving here for the Shock Army. T-345s are gonna be slowly arriving here for the Soviets. Not on the efficiency upgrade. Which honestly is an insane upgrade when I think about it if you get to a long match. That is a lot of T-34s. Especially if you can get the fuel production and the manpower for it. Then you can just keep getting T-34s. Oh, we have a Beuterpanzer T-34 here. Used by Ostdivision now rather than Staff Division. Which I suppose makes some sense. Ostdivision is kind of meant to be Eastern Front themed. It has the little side skirts on it. Ooh, that's a shot and a half.
One of our emplacements is under attack.
And the AI is not that good with it, as you can see. Austin pushing up here. Take out one of the fungus. And with the Soviet infantry pushing up towards the ruins here. They can punch through the center somewhat now, as there's not a lot defending it. It's not good for the German side. But the AI will just keep getting units because it can do that. But the mechanist here, the SS, is pushing upwards. Except we do have an IS-2 on the field, and I'm excited to see the new IS-2 in action. It doesn't show its armor rating though, which is unfortunate. Probably just needs to be fixed. But it's using an AP shell, which it uses as an ability now. Taking out the Austrian in one shot. Yeah, now this is an ability you have to use, the armor-piercing round with the IS-2. Plus, it's not actually intended to fight against vehicles as much. Let's see how the Yep, that's high explosive IS. Ooh, but the pack penetrates it, that's not good for the IS. Should have increased frontal armor though, but we cannot see it at the moment. Yeah, the IS just fires explosives, that's scary. Of course, doesn't mean it's as good against the tanks as it used to be, but then again, that's kind of the point, it's a breakthrough tank. It's not a tank killer. Although it did do that job pretty reliably too, as I understand. It needs to get some repairs. Good to see it in action though. I'm waiting to see the new IS-2. And any other IS-2s? Nope. Tank division is still getting more units out. There's still some fighting going on in the southern streets. As the blocks are slowly getting ruined. IS-2 getting repaired. We need to move into action again. But like, now it's intended like as a full-on breakthrough tank. It can just deal with infantry and fortifications so easily. That's the immigrant firing, I think. Yep, that sounds like the immigrant firing. Need some veterancy. Okay, it's moving up. It's been auto fire. Probably a good idea somewhat, so it doesn't waste its shot. But it also means the machine guns will not fire. Which is somewhat unfortunate. I'll probably just always have to prioritize vehicles, because I think it even gets deflection of its high explosive, which normally most vehicles don't get. I cannot fly through the wreck there. Well, the ruin. Which is, I believe, is quite unique to the IS, that it means the high explosive will always do damage to a tank, even if it doesn't penetrate, even when it's just like high explosive, which makes it a lot more scary when you think about it. It also kind of fits historically, because the shell of this thing, the 122mm explosion, would just cause untold damage to the crew inside anyway. Because the shell is so big. Like, when the explosion gets big enough, it doesn't really matter how armored you are when you think about it. Ooh, Puma got destroyed there. Cool to see it though. First pushing up down here, we have an IS-2 for the other Soviet player, that's Shock. More T-34 are going to be arriving. Got the upgrades? No, we do not. Firstly, I would be setting for that. Oh, it does cost 350 munitions. Holy sh... I did not notice that. Okay, that's why they're not getting it. So you actually need to be very high in munitions to also get it. But if you can pull that off... Ooh, you'll be in for T-34s everywhere. The Soviet industry, baby. Fuck, man. Soviet industry back in the day for Communist Stupid it came out, that commander. Absolute bullshit. It's just tank after tank after tank. Absolute insanity. Pretty fun commander though. Could really just change how you played. Ooh, double Panther though, forming a killing team. Trying to entrench with the Panzer IV. But the Panthers are on the hunt. And this KV-1 is not gonna make it home. We do have anti-tank grenades though. Oh, but there's a mine that goes off! Satchel charge in the way. Well fought, but didn't really pay off in the end. First trying to push up here with the IS-2 again. Let's see if we can do anything. It is helpful that the Germans are using camouflage. It will help the AT gun get a jump on it. Doesn't penetrate this time. Let's go to its target. Oh, pinned. One more shell should do it. Oh, heat round. Very good play. Panzer strike nearby. Who killed? Yeah, I think the IS is gonna make it. Oh, we have another Panzer coming up. They're pulling in the IS back. Makes sense. One IS pushing up down here. Oh, Stubacher took a shot. Ooh, T-54s are getting detracked. Panthers will beat the 85 still. Pretty handily, I think. But if the 85s can penetrate, they can sometimes turn it around. I want to see if the IS can even brawl with the Panthers. I don't think it can, but... It's worth an attempt with that high explosive with deflection damage, I suppose. At least if we get to see it in action. I will want to see this kind of stuff. I'm very excited. This new patch has a lot of nice stuff. It decides to pull back because this has no support and no vision. We do have this recon team that's spotting a fair deal, I think. So it's pushing aggressively up here. IS-2 is almost ready again. Trucking uses a mobile repair station to keep it operational. P1 fighting down here again. Building another squad. Let's see, Panzer IV has been entrenched pretty well here. Log in, and we also see tank traps. Tanks that might provide light cover rather than heavy cover. Which is another good change, and I also think no vehicle, no matter how big, can drive over tank traps anymore. Also, I believe units can just move through the middle of them now. They don't serve as full blockers for infantry. This is also a good change. And yeah, the Panzer IV entrenched can deal with the KV-1 at range, I think. Like, being entrenched like this with a tank is pretty handy. They're doing a lot of good work there. You can see, that is why you entrench your tanks, says the Germans. It's so handy. IS-2 remaining up here, ready to push. The Germans are preparing to try and surround it with Panzerschrecks. Oh, it's been spotted. Oh, good shot for that pack! Injuring the driver. That is a dead IS-2, I think. Oh. Oh, God. He managed to get out of there because they managed to pin. Yeah, I think the IS is actually going to get out of there. That shows how tough the armor is. Deflecting Panzerschrecks like that. But the ammo gun keeps hitting nearby. I just hope my microphone is picking everything up because I did fiddle with the sensitivity after all. IS-2 pushing down here now. There's the Panthers. There. We also have one AP round ready here. I want to see it used as high explosive against the tank. I want to see how effective the deflection damage is. I don't think we will, at least for a while. IS-2 up here is almost ready to fight again. IS-2 pushing. Oh, that's so good. It's so cool looking. And since it fires high explosives as its base weapon is so nice. Looks like the packs are doing a lot of good work too. Panther on the hunt. The Panthers want to go for it. Nice to this because he does have the longest range. Panther's gonna hit it here. Oh, main gun gone. Oh, that deflection damage almost destroyed the IS. But it managed to back off. Super moving up, probably a very dangerous move. Yeah, because stuff like that can happen. One more penetration is all it takes. Looks like it will manage to get it itself out. And up here the service is still trying to push. Looks like the IS up here got destroyed. I missed that, my bad. Looks like the Panzerschrecks here managed to get it. The service is slowly getting more and more ground. It's good to see people entrenching their panzers. An underutilized thing. It's a really important thing to do for the Germans, actually. Gives them a very safe and very potent when entrenched. If you can find a good spot for a Stuk, it's very worth doing. Especially with the machine gun on top, because I believe entrenchment does give the machine gun more suppression. You can really just lock down a tight area with it if you can. Very good for urban environments. Oh man, those Stormtroopers are doing a lot of work with those Sturmgewehrs. Stormtroopers fully armed with Sturmgewehrs are pretty freaking dangerous. You know, going to keep firing too. We have SU-100 here. That's a pretty big gun. Nice, just doing repairs. Taking a while. Oh, they're not using the repair ability, I think. Ooh, that's not good. More T-3476s are arriving. Looks like they've used the upgrade? Yep, they've used it. So that is... Oh my god, 250 and... Ooh! Oh boy! That is a cheap T-3045. Ooh! Very, very scary. But IS-2 is almost here. Hunscons are pushing up. Machine gun ready here. But they are affected by vodka, so they are a little bit hard to suppress. Because they're drunk. Shit-faced drunk. So just moving further to push on the south. They probably want to try and take out this Panzer IV that's entrenched. And Panzerjäger's hiding nearby, okay. And the 85 has a much better chance at it than the KB-1, I think. Because of the 85mm gun. There's with conscripts that could storm it. Quickly rush up and throw anti-tank grenades at it. Whereas entrenchment won't help. Another Panzer IV pushing up. But the 85 is waiting. Oh! H can hit it from there. But the soldiers are pushing out. Machine guns are doing their best. but they are affected by vodka. AT grades going out, and they overrun it.
We have lost this
That's why you need some more infantry to support them generally. Like, vodka can really just make the Soviet conscripts push up very hard. But they do get mowed down because of it, as you can see, if there's more troops around. It's a risky thing, because vodka does make you more easier to hit, I believe. Let me see if I can find the thing again. Vodka. We need a conscript. Someone that's not preferably running. And there's no conscripts there. Yeah, conscripts. Let's see. Use hit chance. That means actually they're harder to hit, I think, unless I'm misunderstanding it. But they do become less accurate. Germans having issues up here, though. Second IS-2 has arrived. Oh, Emo Queen hits the truck straight on. Here's the IS-2. Pinned with the explosion, as he can still drive up on them. Pack didn't penetrate, but it is pinned now. But looks like the IS-2 has lost its will. Never mind, let's try again. Oh, got dazed. Good job for those pack teams, actually. IS-2's ready here in the center again. We also have a B4 being set up. Biggest fucking howitzer available in the field for any faction. Buying a 203mm shell, absolutely ridiculous weapon. Called Stalin Sledgehammer, I believe. For a good reason. Oh, IS-2 is going to be so dangerous now with all those explosive shells. I can just slowly whittle away at the infantry and fortifications. Panthers have relocated to the northern flank. So they're on a hunting mission for the other IS-2, but they need to be cautious. There is an SU-100 on the field. And the SU-100 does have very high penetration chances. Even against the Panther. Well, unless the Panthers can catch it. Oh, that's T-54 now. They make a very good hunting team. Meanwhile, we have an IS-2 pushing down here. And there's nothing to stop it. IS-2 is very dangerous like this. I think it's fun towards the pack. Good. Oh, that's brutal. That is very, very brutal right there. That's going to be another pack dead. Yeah, they needed those Panthers down here, I think. And they are quickly relocating. They'll probably just a blitzkrieg down there to get there as quick as they can. Oh, something penetrated the IS-2. Looks like the defensive force being brave. But that did not stop it being destroyed by a heat round. The Panthers are coming. Oh, Panther on the flank. IS-2 is not ready for this. Oh, no penetration. I suppose did a little bit of deflection damage there, but not enough. But now the Panthers are going to try and hunt it down. They are better to free. Thanks to our Kampfkraft sensors, they have very long range. Oh, good high explosive there. That actually does a lot of damage. That's not bad. The IS-2 can also effectively deal with medium tanks, which does make sense. Infantry forces are getting somewhat hit, but they can just be replaced so fast now. Like, Mulu can pump them out every 2 minutes. One every 2 minutes. That is an absolutely insane amount of T-44s. Which does feel quite historical when you think about it. And befitting of Tank Commander, because you're supposed to just have so many of these. IS-2 ready to push on the northern flank. Moving up there. I don't think the Germans can hold it unless they do something much more drastic. We'll lose the pack up there. Ooh, good shot. IS-2's ready faction again. It's now veteran to 2. Holy shit, that thing is going to be dangerous. Can the Panthers do anything? They probably can. But not when they are turned like that. Well, that happens. We're shooting an AP shell. But the Panther pops smoke. They take a shot in the rear from a Sys gun though. Jagdpanzer from the AI. Which is still fairly dangerous. Yeah, I also managed to push through somewhat with its grenadiers. And yeah, just applies a lot of pressure sometimes. It's even getting a Panther, which Ostdivision normally cannot get, because the AI cheats. It's actually the same with the Jagdpanzer there, I believe. Good moving up, but the Soviets just are getting more and more stuff on the field. So we're overrunning their positions. IS-2 also present up here. Second IS-2 coming into the field for the Northern Soviet. That's a lot of IS-2s. Lots of heavy armor for the Soviet Union here. We have the Su-100 here in the center. Big assaults going out. Trying the truck. Well, this team is not going to last long.
We have lost a pack.
Where's the Panthers? They're ready to go out here. Ready to go on the hunt again. They want to try and hunt down this IS. I think I know what it is. They just don't have any spotters. Oh, good penetration there. I'll force the IS-2 back for repairs as its engine is burning. E-345's on the move. I take out the Stuk. Panthers are on the move though. They're still going for the IS. Oh, 1 AP round from the IS still destroys 1 Panther. But the IS is a very dangerous tank, as it should be. The fact it's on shock now makes it kind of ridiculous though, but I hope it's a good change. Definitely feels more bright than the KP2. KP2 is a little bit weird. Ooh, 85s are running down this Panther. There's just so many T-34s. And they even do a lot of deflection damage. Like, when you just have enough tanks, at some point you just reach enough. Well, Stuk is trying to run down this IS. AP round loaded. And now we have 2 ISs here. I think this might be into the German defense. There's just too many units coming out. So many heavy tanks. Indeed, the Germans surrender at this point. This was a good match, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I most certainly did. I will see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye-bye.